Now everyone wants to be a racing car driver, but most people think you need £1 million sponsorship or trust fund to get on the grid. Today we're busting that myth.
Today I'm going to tell you how much it costs to be a beginner and how much it cost me to build this Mk5 Golf Diesel.
Plus we're giving my budget build some new parts as I want to improve the car so I can go racing. Also I will share with you the cost of competing in semi-professional racing and the pinnacle of motorsport in the UK, the British Touring Car Championship. Welcome to Piper Cams and Exhausts. For the last 60 years, they have been manufacturing performance camshafts, cam followers, pulleys and exhausts, bringing motorsport winning success to your pride and joy. Head to their website now for more information or follow them on their socials. One of the reasons why I'm doing this video is because I keep getting messages asking how to get into motorsport. So I thought I'd give it a little bit of a breakdown. Okay, so we are going to go through 3 tiers of motorsport and the costs. First of all, club motorsport. Second of all, semi-professional racing. And then the dream, the British Touring Car Championship. So club motorsport. The UK has 3 main clubs that run the majority of grassroots racing, such as 750 Motor Club, BRSCC and MSVR. But what are the costs? Club membership fees typically cost around £95 a year. A championship registration usually costs between £150 and £450 a year, and race entry fees, which vary by championship and track you are racing at, but are between £350 and £650 per weekend. Then obviously your consumables such as brakes, fuels and tyres, which are usually stipulated by the race series itself, which tyres you have to use. So really at the low end of the scale, you're looking at a minimum of around £6,000 a season. Now semi-pro racing like Ginetta or TCR, the majority of drivers that race in these championships are usually just renting a seat, a bit like a barbershop. You can buy your own car and have your own team, but usually for the drivers they tend to rent it, as comes with a team of mechanics, data engineers and much more. The cost does vary from £30,000 to £100,000 a year. Oh, and if you crash, there is usually a damage clause in the contract that can cost you from £1,000 to £20,000 an incident. So what about the cost of the dream? I'm so lucky to be involved with touring cars, but the cost is outstanding. Now some of the drivers treat it as a business and only race to make a living through sponsorship, but the amount of sponsorship they have to obtain is bonkers. With the seats costing between £250,000 and £600,000, which is depending on what car you're driving. And yes, there is some teams that charge damages as well. This is why I'm going to stick with my Golf, but how much has that cost me?
Okay, so you join me with my glasses on because I can't see anything if I take them off. But I'm going to give you the breakdown of the cost of the Golf. So obviously I bought the car for £800. So it was £800 for me to buy this car originally. Now, if I put that into comparison of why I was trying to do on a budget, for the reason is a Golf GTI, I think you're looking at about 2 to 2.5k. So already there is a saving that I've made by going for a diesel. And the diesel is better out of the corners, may not be better in a straight line, but it is better out of the corners with the torque. Now, cage. For a good cage, obviously the cage in here, the deal is I got some sponsorships as well, so I did get some help here and there, but I'm going to break it down into costs of what it would have cost if I was to spend physical human monies. Now, the cage usually ranges from about 2 to 3.5k on your own sort of blue book cage for something like this. Now, if you do want one, make sure you do contact Muswell Motorsport because what he's done in there is absolutely epic. Wheels. Now, I did have a set of wheels that cost me £100, so I'm going to put that £100 in there, but I've changed them because the problem is they were 17-inch wheels, which I thought was a great idea, but you can't get the tyres you need at a decent price at a 17-inch. So I've gone to an 18-inch that I bought some wheels from Rimstyle, which cost me with tyres at the moment, I'll use the tyres for wets at £800. Now, the suspension. Got the suspension from Euro Car Parts, very, very basic. Now they cost me £139 for a full set, seats and harnesses. The benefit of this was it was free. Because if you remember my little yellow Astra van, that little yellow Astra van had 2 bucket seats that came with it in the back of the van. Now the shifter, the best part for me of the car in making it drive is that 0.1 shifter. Terry really did help me out with that, but a cost of one of them would cost between £1,000 to £1,200. Call Terry, Terry will give you a breakdown of how it helps, but it's totally transformed the car and how it drives. The engine, the belts have been going in. I've done cam belt, water pump. It's only maintenance really that I've done to it. I've put an air filter on it, so if I put all of that into a package, it's probably cost me about 150 quid. The tune, now that went to Road Rage Performance and you got 245 brake horsepower out of the diesel engine, which would have cost around about £500. The wrap, now if you remember, I'd done that myself and it would have cost, I think it cost me no more than £150 to get that car wrapped. Now bear in mind, if you were to go and get it done by somebody else or a company or anything like that, you could be looking anywhere from £1,500 to about 2,000. A lot of money. Hence why I took the risk and done it myself. Took me a week and a lot of stress, but I got it done. The brakes that are on it, I went to Pro Bike to upgrade the brakes. They were about £350. Exhaust, about £140. It's a Hornet exhaust, which is mild still, and it was cheap as anything. And the only other real thing that I've spent money on is the steering wheel and the Boss kit. Now the steering wheel was from Temu because we had a little bit of a test with it, and to be fair, we've tried battering it, we've tried bending it, we've tried breaking it. It is not happening. Full force, me and Owen, full force on the steering wheel, it will not give up. The steering wheel cost me £42. The Boss was from eBay, £25. So how much has it cost for me to build this car? Bear in mind, if I was to spend the money that it originally was without any sponsorship agreement or anything else like that. Pound sign, human monies, £6,096 is the total cost it got me to get this car, minus the sponsorship, you know, the retail costs of it and everything else. To get that car built to go racing is £6,096. But there is a couple of things missing to make it be able to go racing. Even though the car looks the part, what it is missing, if I lift up the engine bay here, underneath, there is no fire extinguisher. You need a fire extinguisher to go racing. The other thing that is missing is that there is no kill switch. You need a kill switch in the car. Bear in mind, these things aren't expensive. So a kill switch is probably going to cost you 25 quid. I do have the kill switch, which I believe is over on the part shelf. There is the kill switch. It is literally a cable to pull and it will cut all the power off on the car. And a basic fire extinguisher kit is probably going to be about £200 to £300 on top of that to make sure that the car's legit and ready to go racing. And the other thing you need is a race license, which I didn't have, but I do now. I have had a license. I have gone to Mallory Park and I've had my test. Thanks to Race Logic and VBox for me to go there. They actually helped me get through my license. And honestly, it's not that daunting. As long as you know your flags and you know your normal stuff of racing, your bog basics, you will pass that test. It's not difficult. They will ask you, you can overdrive and drive like you're on a track day and go mental, or underdrive, and you'll more likely pass your test.
So I decided to do my ADDICTS test at Mallory Park as a recommendation from Robert Race Logic. Also, I would like to say a massive thank you to Race Logic for helping me with my dream of going racing. I was, to be fair, very nervous on the day, but came away thinking, why was I? Now, for a week I practiced what all the flags meant so I wouldn't fail that, and some multiple choice questions I sailed through. Then you get tutored for 20 minutes on track, and you drive for 20 minutes on your own without any feedback until the end. But I drove like my nan and passed. But what is the cost? So the total to get my licence was £520.
So here we are, first day working in the unit. Obviously we've been in the unit, but we're now working in it, which is going to be a bit of fun because we've got no ramp. But I'm going to try it anyway. As I said in the video, doing that car on a budget costs that amount of money. What I do want to do is I want to start upping it a bit because the suspension that's on it was 130 quid. It's coilovers, there's not much you can do with it, but how long are they gonna last? So MTS Technik did reach out to me with some decent suspension. Now, it says for fast road use, but when you see them, you'll think actually they will do the job, and they're gonna be a million miles better than what this offers. I'm gonna unbox it, because as soon as I opened it, that is what you see. It's a little bit different to Euro stuff. It sort of came in just the grey box and there was 4 bits in it. That was basically it. But I'm going to try and get this out, Nick, because this is going to be great. Actually, let's do that.
Easier.
That's easier. Fuck. Sort of need 2 people with this, to be fair.
I'm flat out filming it. I couldn't possibly help him in any
Grab
way.
the other end. I don't want to really rip it because it's quite nice. Yeah. Oh, mate, that was really nice. It was packaged well. Yeah, if you were to do it in a nice way, you would obviously just try and keep it looking nice, but we've now ruined it. So MTS Technik, technical documents. The one thing that I was told, because we've come into our own little unit, everyone's been taking the mix saying, do you need instructions for every tool in there and what they do? Yeah, right. You watch, it's gonna go smoothly today. Lanyard, perfect. Oh, hang on. Air fresheners, that definitely needs an air freshener. And it smells right, doesn't it? Right, let's see what the quality of these are like. I'm a bit excited about this. Right, okay, so we're looking at the rear here. That's out open. This looks like a top mount. So this is the top mount that will go there. So fully adjustable, as you can see, fully adjustable. But luckily I have a Paul Watson. So Paul Watson come and help me with that. Yeah, so that's the adjustable for the rear. All right, so that is a rear spring. So that's the front. There, look at that, for a bit of quality.
That is impressive.
Look at that. That is by far better than what I've got. We're gaining boxes here, Nick. Another tip run, mate. As I said, they said it's fast road, but with the capability of this, the top mounts and the suspension itself, the arms, there is more adjustment we can do. MTS Technik offer European-built suspension for a wide range of vehicles. The products are TUV certified and use IBAC components, which offers sporty handling with adjustability without sacrificing comfort on the road. These kits are great value for this segment. Please check out their website in the description and look for your coilovers now. There we go, I think we just start fitting it because there's a lot of cardboard, there's a lot of mess, and you know, when you come into a new unit, you're like, I'm gonna keep that tidy.
You're going to keep it tidy. The untidiest person I've ever met.
Nick's going to keep it tidy.
Yeah, that's about right. Right, let's do it.
Right.
So we get the car in the air, get the wheels off, and then decided to rip the front bumper off because I had something for that.
Well, it's off. On my golf shelf, I have these. So that's got to come off. So quick release doodahs for the front bumper. Great. The other reason why that's got to come off is because we have R8 carbon fibre splitters. So the plan is to make that carbon splitter fit that bumper, which needs quite a bit of help. So that is too big for that bumper. So I want to work out a way that I can cut it or manipulate it to get it back together, cut a section out, move it in, because it's dead flat across the front, and then get that on the car. That's another project for another day. At the moment, while the bumper's off, it may as well stay off.
Anyway, back to the suspension. So, this is where the drama hits, really. The car hasn't really moved since we took all the influences out in the Golf. And that was a wet day itself, so it's just sat on my drive, corroding up. And I had to hammer and hammer to try and get these shocks out the hub. And I was really starting to get annoyed.
Right, a quick situation update. Oh, you're back. I thought you were going. Okay. After 4 hours of hammering and consistent hammering, then I went off and got some, Rocket. But yeah, WD-40, some lubricant. This is what we're looking at. So this is finally given way, but it was so seized and rusted in there. You can see all the different marks where we've been hammering it. This guy now needs a cigarette. And so now we can actually change that out. But it has been a bit more of an ordeal than we first anticipated, if I'm brutally honest.
So I decided to get the shocks all built up, ready to slide in, but I was still struggling to get the old ones out.
You joined us probably an hour after you last saw us, and amazingly, we've managed to get that out. But it's not been easy, has it?
It's been a ball ache, mate. All the bolts are seized. What's that all about? They came out of the
cheap Euro shock.
It came, well, not out of the shock, it's come out the mount.
Well, to be fair, are these top mounts, are these the Golf ones?
Yeah, they're the Golf.
Oh.
Golf top mounts.
We shouldn't really slag off Euros then.
No, that's not a Euro problem, that one. That's a Volkswagen.
So you can see what's happened. If I'll yell a little bit, so you can hear me on the mic, of just free spinning. Whereas that is actually, that's held up. That's done its job.
So now's a happy point of where we actually get to put the shocks in, but because the hubs are so corroded, it was still giving me problems. It's got like that much. It's all it needs. Pull, and it ain't going in.
Once again, unfortunately, the downside of this is...
No ramp.
No. It's a 20-year-old Golf. If you think it's loud on camera, I'm only filming a little bit of this. We've been at this for a while now.
You know what? We've just moved in. We've sorted it all out. We'll be booted out within fucking 2 weeks. The question is, will the bolt go through?
Hey. Is any of this airable?
I just hate cars. I don't know what. You know what I should have been? I should have been a travel vlogger.
No.
Travel vlogger, or, you know...
Gamer.
Sat
at home.
Yeah, I'll do a sim.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be fatter than what I am now.
So finally, the fronts are on. All I've got to do is get the wheels on, put it on the ground, and we're done for the day.
It's been a tough old day, but if we don't sound sincere, it's because we've nearly killed ourselves. Well, Stu's nearly killed himself. So you can do the rears on your own?
And the next day, it literally took me an hour to get the rear shocks and springs done. Then it was put the MTS Technik sticker on the car, and it was all good to go. And I think the car sits really good. Bear in mind, I do have a load of adjustments to make sure that this car is going to perform as good as it can. Now, if you do want to see more of the Golf, please let us know in the comments. If you don't, we will move it back onto the second channel, where we do hope to go racing this year. But if you're not following that channel or us, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, and we'll see you in the next video.
How about give me that? Give me them good vibes, yeah, and you might get it back. Manifest anything, oh look at that, no cap, no snap back. It's a new era, got that balance like a Libra. Never been a diva, never wanna look back either. Focus on the future, focus on the E5, focus on the good time, lyrical complex.